Welcome to Healthier Daily. I am Dr. Ben Carter. I want to ask you a question that might feel a little personal. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like you are physically taking up less space than you used to? You put on a jacket that used to fit perfectly and now it hangs loose around your shoulders. Or you look at your legs and they look thinner, almost frail. Many seniors tell me, "Doctor, I feel like I am shrinking." And the truth is, you are not imagining it. This is a medical condition called sarcopenia. It is the silent loss of muscle mass that happens as we age. It steals your strength, it steals your balance, and eventually it steals your independence. But what if I told you that you do not need a younger body to fix this? You just need to nourish the one you have. And the secret to rebuilding that strength is not found in a chemistry lab. It is found deep in the earth. Today we are talking about 3 humble, inexpensive root vegetables. These are foods you have walked past in the grocery store 1,000 times. But when you use them the right way, they act like a natural medicine to rebuild your muscles from the ground up. To help us understand why these roots are so powerful, Dr. Hinohara is here. Dr. Hinohara, you have a beautiful way of explaining why our muscles fade away as we get older.
Thank you, Dr. Ben. Yes, we worry so much about our muscles. We try to exercise them. We look at them in the mirror. But we are looking at the wrong thing. I ask my patients to imagine their body as a beautiful ancient tree. You are not a sapling anymore. You are a strong old tree with deep history. Now, when you see an old tree starting to lose its leaves and its branches become brittle and weak, what is the problem? Is the problem with the leaves? No, you cannot fix the tree by painting the leaves green. The problem is always in the roots. If the root system is dry or blocked or starving, the branches will die. The muscles are your branches. If they are shrinking, it is because your internal root system is not feeding them. You cannot fix this by just forcing yourself to exercise harder. That is like shaking a dry tree. You will just break the branches. You must nourish the roots first.
That is such a powerful image. So we need to water and fertilize the roots. And that is exactly what we are going to do today. We are going to give you the ancient root protocol. We are going to use 3 specific root vegetables to fix the 3 biggest problems in your internal root system. First, we will use beetroot. This acts as the irrigation system to open up your blood flow. Second, we will use carrots. This is the natural pest control to stop the inflammation that is eating your muscles. And third, we will use sweet potatoes. This is the deep energy reserve to fuel your body while you sleep. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to eat these simple foods to bring life back to your branches. Before we dig in, I want to hear from you. Do you feel steady and strong like an oak tree? Or do you feel a little wobbly in the wind lately? Please type the word root in the comments below if you are ready to build a stronger foundation. And if you are ready to learn the ancient root protocol, now is the perfect time to hit that subscribe button. Let us get started.
Welcome back. We are standing at the base of your ancient tree. We are looking at the soil. The first reason an old tree begins to lose its branches is very simple. The roots are constricted. They are shriveled. Even if it rains, the water cannot get up the trunk to the leaves. The tree is thirsty even when there is water all around it. In your body, these roots are your blood vessels. As we age, they become stiff and narrow. This is why your hands and feet get cold. It is why your legs feel heavy. The blood, the oxygen, and the nutrients are stuck at the bottom. They cannot reach the muscles. So before we can feed the tree, we must widen the roots. We need to install a powerful irrigation system.
That is the perfect description. And the food that acts as this irrigation system is the beetroot. Now I know beets can be messy. They stain your hands pink. But that deep red color is the secret to their power. Beets are packed with natural chemicals called nitrates. When you eat a beet, your body takes those nitrates and converts them into a miracle molecule called nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as the body's natural pipe expander. It tells the walls of your arteries to relax and open up wide. Suddenly, that narrow, stiff root becomes a wide, flowing river. Blood rushes into your legs. Oxygen floods into your muscles. The opponent's video called this nature's WD-40, and they were right. It sticks the system. But there is a deeper benefit they did not fully explain. It is about the mitochondria. Remember, inside every muscle cell you have tiny engines called mitochondria. When you get tired walking up the stairs, it is because those engines are sputtering. They are running out of air. New research shows that beets actually make those engines more efficient. They help the engine do more work with less oxygen. This is why the study in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors who drank beet juice had muscles that performed like they were 20 years younger. You are literally upgrading the engine efficiency.
I remember the story of Nancy, the 72-year-old librarian. She was afraid of the stairs. Her legs felt heavy and weak, like tree branches that had dried out. She started eating roasted beets for dinner twice a week. A month later, she told me, Dr. Hinohara, I walked up the stairs today, and I didn't even think about it. She didn't join a gym. She just turned on the irrigation. The water finally reached the leaves.
But we have to be careful. You can break this tool if you use it wrong. Nitrates are water-soluble. If you boil your beets in a big pot of water for an hour until they are gray and mushy, you have poured all the medicine down the sink. To get the full irrigation effect, you must treat them gently. Roast them in the oven with the skin on. Or even better, grate them raw into a salad with some lemon juice. This keeps the nitrates alive and ready to work.
So, we have opened the roots. The blood is flowing. The engine is efficient. But there is a danger underground. There are pests. There are insects eating away at the roots of your tree. If we do not stop them, the roots will rot. No matter how much blood is flowing, we need pest control. Welcome back. Our ancient tree is coming back to life. We have installed the irrigation system beetroot. The water is finally flowing up the trunk. But as we look closer at the roots, we see a problem. The roots are scarred. They are chewed up. There is a silent enemy living in the soil, eating away at the foundation of the tree. In the garden, we call these pests. In your body, we call this chronic inflammation. It is not the sharp pain of a cut. It is a slow, dull, constant burn. It eats away at your muscle fibers. It makes your joints stiff. It makes you feel tired even when you have done nothing. You cannot build strong branches if pests are eating the roots. We need natural pest control.
That is exactly right. And the food that acts as this pest control is the common carrot. Now you might think carrots just for eyes. No, for seniors, carrots are a muscle saver. They are packed with carotenoids, specifically beta-carotene. This is what makes them orange. But inside your body, beta-carotene acts like a fire extinguisher. It directly targets a marker in your blood called C-reactive protein, CRP. High CRP means your body's inflamed. It means your muscles are under attack. The study mentioned in the opponent's video was clear. Seniors with high beta-carotene levels had significantly lower inflammation and better muscle function. They had fewer pests.
But Dr. Ben, this is where most people fail. They eat the carrot, but the pest control does not work. Why?
This is the fat activation rule. This is the most important thing you will learn today about vegetables. Beta-carotene is fat-soluble. That means it is locked inside a tough cage. Water cannot open it. Saliva cannot open it. Only fat can open the cage. If you munch on a raw carrot stick with nothing else, you absorb almost zero of the medicine. It passes right through you. But if you add just 1 teaspoon of olive oil or butter or avocado, you unlock the cage. Studies show that adding fat increases absorption by 600%.
Think of that. You could eat 6 raw carrots and get nothing. Or you could eat 1 roasted carrot with olive oil and get everything. That is the difference between eating and nourishing. I remember the story of Earl, the 69-year-old mechanic. He told me his legs ached even when he was sitting in his recliner. That is the sign of deep inflammation. The pests were biting. He started adding steamed carrots with butter to his dinner. It was simple. But within a few weeks, the deep ache faded. He said, "My legs feel quiet now." He had stopped the attack.
So here is the rule for Pillar 2. Never eat a naked carrot. Always dress it, roast it with olive oil, dip it in hummus, saute it with butter. You must give the pest control a vehicle to get into your system. So the irrigation is on beets. The pests are gone carrots. The tree is healthy. It is ready to grow. But a tree needs one more thing. It needs to survive the long, dark, cold night. If the tree runs out of stored energy while the sun is down, it will starve before morning. We need a deep energy reserve.
We love our Healthier Daily family, and it brings us great joy to see our community grow. We would be so grateful if you would tell us in the comments, what country or what state here in the U.S. are you watching from today? We read them all, and it inspires us. Welcome back. We have watered the roots beets. We have cleared away the pests carrots. Our ancient tree is strong during the day, but now the sun goes down. The long cold night begins. In the dark, a tree cannot make energy from the sun. It must rely on its deep reserves. It must survive on the sap stored in its roots. If the reserves run out before morning, the tree starves. It begins to consume its own branches to stay alive. This is exactly what happens to the human body. We call it nocturnal catabolism. While you sleep, your body needs fuel to keep your heart beating and your lungs breathing. If your blood sugar crashes at 2:00 a.m., your body panics. It releases cortisol, the stress hormone. And cortisol looks for fuel. It finds your muscle tissue, and it burns it. You wake up weaker than when you went to bed. You are shrinking in your sleep.
That is the silent tragedy of sarcopenia. And this brings us to Pillar 3, the deep energy reserve. We need a fuel that burns so slowly, so steadily, that it protects you all night long. That fuel is the sweet potato. Now, many seniors are afraid of carbs. They think carbs make them fat. But the sweet potato is a complex carbohydrate. It is not sugar. It is a slow burn log for your fire. When you eat half a baked sweet potato with dinner, it releases energy slowly for 4 to 6 hours. It keeps your blood sugar stable while you sleep. Because your blood sugar is stable, cortisol stays low. And because cortisol is low, your body stays in build mode instead of breakdown mode. The opponent's video cited a 2012 study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine. It found that people who ate these complex carbs had deeper, more restorative sleep. Why? Because the sweet potato is also packed with vitamin B6. B6 is the helper that turns tryptophan into melatonin, the sleep hormone. So you get steady fuel to stop muscle loss and better sleep to boost repair hormones. It is a double victory.
I think of the patient, the 75-year-old widow mentioned in the research. She was waking up tired every day. Her legs ached in the morning. That ache was the feeling of a body that had been fighting all night for fuel. She started eating a small baked sweet potato with cinnamon for dessert. Within weeks, the morning ache vanished. She slept through the night. She had filled her reserves. She stopped the starvation.
And don't forget the minerals. Sweet potatoes are loaded with potassium and magnesium. These are the electrolytes that stop night cramps. If you wake up with your toes curled in pain, it is often because your battery electrolytes ran out. The sweet potato recharges the battery before bed.
So let us look at our ancient tree now. The beetroot brings the water-blood flow. The carrot stops the pest's inflammation. The sweet potato provides the sap, nighttime energy. The tree is safe. It is nourished. But, Dr. Ben, my patients always ask me, do I have to eat 3 separate vegetable dishes every night? That is too much cooking. No, you do not. There is a way to combine them. There is a way to create the ultimate root meal that does everything at once. Welcome back. We have gathered our 3 powerful roots from the earth. We have the beetroot to open the flow. We have the carrot to stop the inflammation. We have the sweet potato to fuel the night. Now we must solve the practical problem. You are busy. You do not want to cook 3 different side dishes every night. That is exhausting. So I want to teach you the one-pot solution. This is how you turn these 3 separate ingredients into a single super medicine. We call this the Root Revival Roast.
This is the ultimate synergy meal. And there is a scientific reason why eating them together is better than eating them alone. Think about it. The beetroot opens the highway's blood vessels. If you eat the beetroot with the carrot, you are opening the highway exactly when the pest control beta-carotene is ready to travel. You are clearing the path for the medicine to get to your knees instantly. And by adding the sweet potato, you are ensuring that the fuel arrives at the construction site just as the work begins. It is a coordinated attack on weakness. And here is the simple recipe. You can make enough on Sunday to last you for 3 days.
Yes, simplicity is the key to consistency. Step 1, take 1 large beetroot, 2 carrots, and 1 sweet potato. Step 2, wash them well. Leave the skins on the potato and carrot if you can. That is where the fiber is. Peel the beet if it is too earthy for you. Step 3, chop them all into 1-inch cubes. They should look like little blocks of red, orange, and gold. Now, here is the most important step. You must toss them in a bowl with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Remember the fat rule from part 3. Without this oil, the carrot is useless. The oil is the key that unlocks the medicine in the carrot and the sweet potato. Sprinkle with a little salt and maybe some rosemary. Rosemary is a natural preservative and brain booster.
Then you simply roast them. Put them on a baking sheet. Oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Cook them for about 35 to 40 minutes until they are tender and sweet. Do not boil them. If you boil them, the nitrates from the beets and the vitamins bleed out into the water. Roasting seals the medicine inside the vegetable. It concentrates the flavor and the power.
This roast medley is perfect for seniors. Why? Because raw vegetables can be hard to digest. They can cause bloating. But roasted roots are soft. They are pre-digested by the heat. They are warming and soothing to the gut. You can keep a bowl of this in your fridge. Add a scoop to your eggs at breakfast. Add a scoop to your salad at lunch. Have it as a side dish with your chicken at dinner.
It effectively becomes your multivitamin supplement, but it tastes like comfort food. You are getting the nitrates for blood flow, the carotenoids for inflammation, the complex carbs for energy, and the healthy fats for absorption, all in one bowl.
So now you have the protocol, you have the ingredients, and you have the recipe. But a plan is only good if you follow it. How often do you need to do this? Do you need to eat roots every single day? No, you do not. We have a 3-day schedule that makes it easy.
So let's take a step back and look at the owner's manual we have built for your ancient tree. We started with a scary feeling. The feeling of shrinking, of sarcopenia, of becoming frail. But now you know the truth. Your branches, your muscles are not dying because of age. They are withering because the roots were dry, inflamed and starving for energy. You now have the ancient root protocol. Pillar 1, the beetroot to turn on the irrigation and get blood to your legs. Pillar 2, the carrot to control the pest's inflammation and protect the wood. Pillar 3, the sweet potato to fill the deep reserves and fuel your repair while you sleep.
This is the wisdom of the earth. These foods are not fancy. They are humble. They are cheap. They are peasant food. But they are the foods that kept our ancestors strong enough to work the fields into their 80s and 90s. They contain the code of strength.
So how do you live this? You have the root roast recipe from part 5. But if you want to keep it simple, use the 3-day root rhythm. You do not need to eat roots every day. Just commit to 3 dinners a week. Monday, have the beetroot. Start your week by opening the blood flow. Get the oxygen moving. Wednesday, have the carrots with oil. Calm down the inflammation from the middle of the week. Friday, have the sweet potato. Prepare your body for a weekend of deep rest and recovery.
Just that simple rhythm, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, is enough to change the soil of your body. It sends a signal to your roots. We are not dying. We are growing. I want to leave you with one image. Think of an old oak tree in winter. It looks dead. It has no leaves, but deep underground the roots are alive. They are holding on, and when spring comes, the leaves return. Your muscles are like that. The strength is still there, buried deep inside you. You just need to water the roots.
That is the promise. You are not too old to rebuild. If this ancient tree metaphor finally made sense of your muscle loss, please do us a great favor and hit that like button. It helps us reach more seniors who feel like they are shrinking. And please share this video. We all have a friend who is struggling to walk or stand. They don't need a protein shake. They might just need the deep energy of a sweet potato. You could be the one to give them that key. If you are not yet part of our Healthier Daily community, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. We are committed to bringing you these deep dive science-backed systems every single week. And for our final gardener's question, which of the three roots is your favorite? Is it the earthy beet, the sweet carrot, or the comforting sweet potato? We would love to read your choice in the comments below. And as always, a final critical reminder. The information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you have a history of kidney stones, oxalates, be careful with beets and sweet potatoes. If you are diabetic, monitor your portion sizes of sweet potatoes. Please always consult with your own doctor or a registered dietitian before making significant changes to your diet.
Thank you for joining us. Your roots run deep. Nourish them and you will stand tall. Be wise. Be well.